So I'm going to just start by framing up why everybody's here today and what we're looking to achieve together. So by nature and by name of the workshop, I imagine that a lot of you are here because you're currently working in a one-on-one capacity. So working with clients one-on-one, potentially doing some done-for-you services. I'd love to know in the chat, what do you do? What is your business? Are you a consultant? Are you a coach? Are you a done-for-you service provider or service expert? What is your core business? Just so I can get a bit of a feel for who's here today. Yeah, marketing consultant, wedding planner, building designer, fashion photographer, awesome. Very mixed bag, love it. Okay. All of these categories and all of these different types of fields that all of you are in are very much relevant to what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm going to explain a little bit of my journey as well to start, because I have been where you currently are. And I had hoped and wished and prayed that somebody had delivered this workshop to me many moons ago, and I would have been able to avoid some of the pain that I went through. So I'm excited to deliver this to you all today, and hopefully save you some of that pain that I had to endure myself. So to jump in, for those of you that haven't met me before, my name is Olivia, so it's nice to meet you, and thanks for joining me here today. To give you a bit of context as to why you should listen to a word that I tell you today, I want to give you a bit of background about who I am and what I do. So I actually have a bit of an interesting journey in that I started my business education not necessarily in university or around a boardroom table, but I actually grew up in a global skincare brand. So at the age of 18 months old, my mum in the 90s started her business, which is now an international success story. So I was very fortunate to have that modeled to me at a young age and be able to absorb and soak up all of that entrepreneurial energy from a very young age. That's actually what inspired me to go into consulting. So for a lot of you, there's probably some type of experience or thing that you went through in the context of life that inspired you to go into the field that you're in. For me, that was growing up alongside a mother that was quite entrepreneurial like that, and wanting to be that support person, wanting to be the CEO's wing woman, but do that at scale. So that's how my journey started. I've worked in corporate in general management, and then I moved into consulting from there. So made a decision, do I go down a products business pathway or do I go down a service provider pathway? And they're two very different kettles of fish, which I'm sure a lot of you know already. So my background, just so you know where I'm from and what I do, I am MBA qualified, so I majored in marketing. I'm very much a growth lover, so forward thinking, future centric, let's talk about growth. 33 times award-winning business and marketing consultant. So for me, I'm a consultant by nature, but I do lots of different things. I can do consulting, I do some coaching, I am a master coach as well, and I very much love advisory, so working with clients to put together world-class strategies. So started my consulting business in 2019, just before COVID, and then went, oh my gosh, what have I done? COVID hit, and I'm thinking, I've just left my cushy corporate job that I loved, started this business, and now there's a global pandemic. What am I going to do? But fortunately, the business continued to grow, and I've had a really amazing journey as a consultant, building a 7-figure consulting firm and working with some really amazing brands, but also building my family at the same time. So for those of you that are parents in the room, I have 3 beautiful kids who are 8, 7, and 4 now, and they keep me very busy as well. So over the past 6 or so years, I've helped clients generate in excess of 82 million in attributed sales through the work that I've done with them and the team's done with them. And I now live in the Barossa Valley in South Australia on my dream lifestyle property, so on a farm here. And what I want to show you today is that I'm living proof that you can scale your income and have family freedom, or have time and freedom to do the things that you truly want to do while still making an impact. So that's really the message that I want to transfer today and what we'll go through. I've since created my own scalable group offer. So I know that all of you are here today. You've probably seen some ads from me talking about, are you currently, working in a one-on-one capacity and wanting to go into a scalable group offer? That's essentially what I've done. and I want to step you through
Going
into that and how you can do that today in your own business.
I love my favorite.
So to jump in, I just want to spotlight some of the clients and brands that I've worked with, because the thing is, I have loved my journey as a one-on-one consultant, and I'm sure for a lot of you in the work that you do love your clients, you do love the work that you do, and you are proud of the things that you're doing. For me, that was my experience too. I had an incredible journey working with lots of amazing brands. Some of the faces on the screen you probably recognize and maybe have used some of their products before. So for me, I've worked with businesses and worked with, in particular, products-based businesses for a long time. But scaling a products-based business and scaling a service provider business, two different pathways, very different things. And for a products-based business, there's really only one way to scale, and that's to sell more product. But that doesn't necessarily transfer in the exact same way when it comes to service providers. And we do have different options in how we can grow the business as a service provider. Some of those we'll talk about today. So I started the business, grew a very successful consulting business, but there came a time where I felt a little bit trapped in what I'd built. It felt like I woke up in the morning and I would check Slack for impending doom. That cortisol levels, first thing you do when you wake up in the morning, checking your emails, checking Slack, waiting for that next sort of, client emergency to pop up that you rush to. And for me, over time, my goal shifted and what I wanted to do as a business owner shifted. So ultimately, what I've transferred to now and what I've built and created has allowed me to still do all of the same things that I know and love and really enjoy doing, working with clients, helping them with strategy, helping them to grow their business, but in a way that's allowed me to take control of my calendar, to spend time with my family. I spent many years not spending time with my family and missing a lot of really important things. I've, had babies and gone straight back to work, not really enjoyed a maternity leave. And for me, I wanted change, and I wanted to be able to create something that allowed me to spend time with my family and my loved ones and not feel like I'd miss moments along the way. So this is what life looks like now. This is obviously a bit of a highlight reel. A lot of the time I am in my boots and my Cobra. So life can look very different for me on a day-to-day basis, but I get to work with some really amazing people, have a scaling income, scaling time, but most importantly, scaling impact, because it's not always just about money and it's not always just about time. It's also about the impact that we have with the work that we do. So just to sum this up, because I think this is really important, and consultants and coaches in the room, you'll probably resonate with this quite a bit. If I was working with a client and they wanted to take on a consultant or work with an advisor or a coach, I would often say to them, you're looking for three main things. You're looking for education and background. Is this person qualified to give me advice? You're looking for expertise and experience. Do they understand my industry? Do they have lived experience in this space? And number three, you're looking for results. So have they done this for themselves, or have they helped other people to achieve these results? And if you can tick those three boxes, generally you end up with a pretty well-rounded individual to be able to help guide you through things. So for me, have the proven strategy. I've lived these lessons myself. I've literally done what we're talking about today, and now I help clients to do the same. And I've been able to help other people to do that and to achieve that level of success as well. So on the left is a bit of a snapshot from our recent event here in Adelaide with our group, the Business Advisory. In fact, I think Alexandra might even be here today, who's in this photo. So hey, Alexandra, thanks for tuning in. But this is essentially what we're going to be building today as we go through. So turning to you guys now, and I'd love to hear from you in the chat. These are some of the common frustrations and pain points that I hear all of the time from other consultants, other coaches, other service providers. Now, some of these are going to probably ring more true for you than others. There'll be some ones that stand out for you. Out of this list, what's the number one thing for you right now that's a problem in the context of business? Is it being on 24/7 and that communication overload, the amount of decisions that you're making in a day? Is it delivery strain? On the tools too much? Yep. Is it passion fading? Is anyone in the group sort of losing a bit of love for what you do, just starting to really start to question, do I really love this as much as maybe I thought I do? Yeah, perfect. So, and probably sometimes, there's ebbs and flows, right? Some of these things are probably going to be more present at particular times, and then other times, other ones might take over. But generally speaking, these are very common complaints and, pain points that a lot of us go through as service providers. And again, products-based business, service provider business, two very different things. And so a lot of the time when you're working as a consultant, coach, or service provider, if your clients don't understand what it's like to be a service provider, there's that disjointedness and that disconnect sometimes that can occur as well. Yeah, awesome. Alrighty. So in terms of these frustrations, you're not alone. You can probably see in the chat that everybody is, putting into chat some of the things that are resonating with them at the moment. But this is a very universal complaint. And I think realistically, when you look at the statistics and you look at what happens generally, 90% of experts stay stuck in that busy expert category. In that category where they're booked out, they're burnt out, and they're trading time for money. So that's a very common place to be. Generally, only about 10% of experts get to that stage where they're a scalable expert, they're leveraged, they've got that sense of freedom, and they're scaling towards that 7-figure mark. So this is really why we're all here today and exactly what we're going to be talking about. So for those of you in the room, Alex, probably bar you, if you're a female coach, consultant, or service provider and you're currently trading time for money and you want to get paid for your thinking, not just your time, what we're about to go through in the next 90 minutes is going to change your life. And I'm super excited to be able to share this with you all. So let's talk about what we're going to do today. I've got some stickers on the page as well. So whenever you see that yellow worksheet sticker, that's going to give you a little flag that there's something for you guys to do inside your workbook. So game plan for today, team, of what we're going to do is number one, diagnose why being booked out is going to keep you stuck, aside from the obvious. Number two, discover where the real value in your business actually is and where that lies. Number three, reveal the 9 critical steps to scale without chaos and without burnout. And that's part of the blueprint that we're going to go through together today. And then we're going to talk about that step-by-step pathway to reclaim your time, reclaim your income, and subsequently reclaim your freedom. So that's the pathway for today, and you can complete that in your workbook. Alrighty, now I'm going to do a little bit of a with love, velvet glove today about workshops. And I call this out because I too am a service provider, and I know that for a lot of you, firstly, congratulations and well done on being here, because I predicted that out of the registrations that we got, knowing who was coming today and who this workshop was for, I predicted that there would be some people that looked at the workshop this morning and went, oh no, I can't attend that, I've got client work to do. I could be working on delivery, I've got this long to-do list, I need to go and get back to that person. You could have done that today, so well done for being here. The fact that you're here now, let's make the most of this time together. You're here, don't be half present here and then still in Slack in the background or on emails. I know it's tempting, I do, but let's put notifications to one side and be fully in the room, because I promise you, if you go all in on this today, you will get maximum value and you'll be able to transform. If you're focused and you're collecting notes today, you're going to be collecting notes, probably like other workshops you've done in the past. And we don't want to be dabbling in things. We don't want to be hustling in the background, switching screens and coming back to the workshop and then jumping over here. Let's stay in the green zone together today so we can get some transformation.